This is cs952 Introduction to Web Technologies and Design, and we last left off looking at this page in live view, seeing how our elements were stacked one on top of each other. Let's switch to design view because I want to add in some more content. Now the second column that we have here right now, it says gallery. I'm going to change that. I double clicked on it and I'm going to call it history. And the last one that says gallery, I'm going to double click on that and change that to media. And I have some more placeholder text to slot in here as well. So let's go look. I have my text files open. Okay, the content I have for the second one is talked about pencils have changed the course of history. So I'm going to right click on that text and copy. And then I'm going to go back to my design view and I'm going to highlight the text that's there. Right click and choose paste. Again, if you have your own content, by all means use that. So the last text we need to replace is under media, and if I look over here under my text files, this is my last line. It says the media center has a selection. That's okay. So I'm going to right click and copy that. I'm going to go back to my home page and highlight and then hit paste. Okay, so we've got our content updated. Let's hit save. And from here on out, it's really going to be all about the styling, kind of doing the fun stuff. So let's switch to live view. And I want to try some other glyphicons. I've got all check marks here, and that really wasn't what my intention was. So I'm going to click on my first glyphicon, and I'm going to click where it says glyphicon OK. Now my recollection is I think there's a film glyphicon. So I'm going to start to delete the OK part and then start to type F and scroll down. There it is, film. Film, I'm thinking, actually for gallery I want a camera. Do we have a camera glyphicon? Let's scroll up here, and there are a lot of glyphicons. It's not helping me out too much, is it? I see it's just cycling through the F ones. So I'm going to hit File for now, and I'm going to click in here again. I'm going to backspace and I'm going to type CA for camera. There we go. That's what we want for our gallery. We want a camera because it's actually photos. Ah, much better. Then for history, I think we want a book, and I'm pretty sure there's a book glyphicon. So I've got that highlighted, and I'm just going to backspace very carefully and type in B-O, and there it is, book. We've got a book. All right, for history, book. And then for media, I'm thinking this is the one we want film for. So I'm going to click on my class here again, where it says OK. I'm using my right arrow key to go to the very end, delete the K, delete the O, and then I'm going to start to type FI for film, and there it is, film. That's the one that we want. Good, I like that so much better. Those icons make a little bit more sense. I'm going to hit Save All. There we go. And now I'm going to switch. Let's expand this out so we get to see everything stacked on top of each other again, which is how I'd like to start doing the design at this point for this section. Let's select our container that has all of this, right? Div icons 3 fluid container. And let's give it a background color, shall we? Okay. So how do we do that? We're going to use our style. We're going to create a style rule for the ID icons 3. So we click on styles, we click on global. For the selectors, if we don't see it, we can just start typing ICO, and there it comes up, icons 3. For the properties, let's go to our background color, and I'm going to click on my background color. And I already have this great selection of possible background colors from when we were working with Adobe Color CC, and I'm going to try this one. We got sort of the darker, no, this one, it's the lighter purple color. We've used this other purple several times. Let's choose that. Okay, I like it. I can't see anything because the text is all the wrong color. So how do we fix the color of the text? We click on the text icon, and we click on the color button. And look, I saved white as a preset because I knew we might be using it again, and I'm going to hit enter there. So now we've got white text there. And I'm going to do one more thing. I want to add a little extra padding inside of these icons, and I'm going to do it for the whole div. So that would be a layout quality. So I'm going to go to layout, and I'm going to click down here to padding. Remember, padding is the space of something on the inside. Let's make just a little bit more room here. Padding is the space of something on the inside. Margin is on the outside. So if we wanted to increase, say, the distance between our featured buttons and the navigation, then we would add margin. Let's see what happens if I add in 20 pixels of margin. You can see, hey, there's that 20 pixel white space that we were talking about before, right? Now, if you add in it something like this and you don't want it, you can just click on the little trash can and then delete it, and it takes it off. So instead, I want to add padding. I actually want to make the whole purpley box kind of bigger, so I'm going to add in 20 pixels of padding to the top. So it's going to be more space on the inside. There we go. And then 20 pixels of padding on the bottom. Okay, there we go. Now I've got a little extra padding down there. See, we've made the whole thing a little bit taller. So I'm going to hit Save All. Maybe I'll do one more thing. We'll see if we can't put a little padding for our H2 tag. So I want to click on my H2 tag. Click there. There's my H2 tag. Now we have a rule for H2s about what kind of font we want, and we have certain rules for our icons 3. We want to make a new combo rule, which is for any H2s that are inside of this container, because I may not want to add extra padding every time I have an H2 heading tag. It may be too much. Maybe what's normally there is fine. So this is going to be a special rule only when it's a heading 2, only when it's in a container with an ID of icons 3. So how do we do that? Well, we've got our H2 selected. We know we've got styles, we've got global. Let's click on our plus add selector and see what Dreamweaver suggests. Oops, can't quite see that. Let's scroll down there. So it's saying, that looks pretty good. It's saying something that's in section. We haven't really used that selector. And is a member of icons 3, and is an H2. So I'm going to hit the up arrow key once on the keyboard, and then I'm going to hit enter, and that's the selector I wanted. So this selector will only apply to heading 2 when it's in icons 3. And again, I was thinking some padding might be nice, so I'm going to go here to padding, and maybe I'll just put in another 20 pixels. Maybe 20 pixels will be the padding of the day. 20 and hit enter, and now we've got a little extra space there. I think that looks good. We're going to save all and wrap this up, and this concludes this module, and we will start the next module with graphics and links.